All right, good morning. Saturday the 25th of June, and we are back from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania with the TR3A. Sounds like there's a little bit of a drive this morning with my local club, my Little British Car Club and friends, and it sounds like they've invited a few Alfas along for the drive this morning. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the Alfa Romeo Spider for a bit of a road trip this morning. It's about a half an hour to Goodwood. The Goodwood Community Center is our meeting location. And I think what I'll do is I'll follow the group for a little bit. We head back towards Sharon, and I'll probably break off there and come back home, as I've got lots of stuff to do around here after being away from home for a week. So I think we'll go for a little bit, take the Alfa and let it stretch its legs a little bit, and do some final road testing before it's delivered to its new owner on Thursday of this week. So let's go for a little bit of a spin. All right, just out for a nice country drive in the Alfa. We're just doing about close to 70k an hour. Things are looking good. There's the tack. Quite a marked difference from driving the TR3A for the past week. This is like the lap of luxury. Anyway, we're on our way to the Goodwood Community Center, probably about another 20 minutes from here. And the drive is going extremely well. I'm enjoying it. Very comfy. Alright, still a little early for the meetup, and we still have cars rolling in. I see a couple more Alfas coming in. It looks like Alfas are outnumbering everything else at this point in time. So let's take a look at the cars that are here so far. And I know we're missing a few. Triumph TR4, or TR4A. Lotus Elan. There's our first Alfa. And an MGB. That's a beauty. Nice MGA. Again, great color combination. TR6. It's a beauty. That looks familiar.
Hey, how's it going?
It's got my Momo Vega wheels on this one, painted to match the color of the car.
Right, this is the first time you got
Lots of GTVs. Another one similar to the color ahead of mine. Quite like these seats with a high headrest. All right, back to the Triumphs. TR7. TR6 with the same rims that I've got on my TR6, the graphite Koenigs. Look sharp on this car. Another nice 6 we've seen before, running triple Webers.
The back of the I do like for the kids.
Very nice.
It's a 2-liter. Some glue or something. Yeah, I know he's got
Another Alfa rolling in. It's a beauty. Yeah.
We're all discussing, is Trevor coming or not?
Alright, just on our way out. Mad scramble. I'm going to bring up the rear. At MGA over there's a twin cam. Forgot to mention that. Beautiful. Sure can see that Lotus from anywhere on the planet. Alright, I'll see you out on the road. Drive with the group. We're now on our way home. This is one of my favorite little roads called Herald Road. Kind of nice and shady, a little bit twisty. So happy to have the Alfa out for its first drive on Herald Road. Good morning, the 28th of June, and we've got the Alfa sitting out in the driveway in the sunshine. Beautiful morning here. Anyway, we're going to do one last job on the Alfa. We're going to get it up on jack stands, and we are going to have a look at the heat shields on the exhaust, because they are rattling a little bit, and I'm going to try to get them a little bit better before we make the delivery to dock later this week. So I've got Lynn stopping by on his way from the kids' drop-off this morning, just after 8 a.m., and I'll get Lynn to lie under the car while I start the car and tweak the throttle to see if we can find out where some of the rattles are coming from. I do have a stethoscope, which may help as well. So I've got a mechanic stethoscope here, which helps you to sort of pinpoint some noises. So we may be able to utilize that as well to find out exactly where the exhaust heat shields are rattling. And we'll do our best to try to make that a little bit better. Not holding my breath. I hear this is kind of a perennial problem on these cars that have the exhaust shields on them. So anyway, we'll see what we can do to make it better, and hopefully we'll have good results at the end of the session. All right, say good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so here are the, if you haven't seen it before under here, here are the heat shields. Here's the catalytic converter in the car, and then it's got heat shields. Actually, I don't even know if they're called heat shields. These are, I think, called grass shields because they're underneath the car. I know my TR8 has them. It's supposed to keep from catching grass on fire. I don't know what that does, but anyway, this is a culprit here. You can hear that rattle. We believe it's missing a bolt here, which I don't think we're going to be able to replace. So we're thinking of actually removing this heat shield entirely if we can get the bolts out without snapping them. And if that doesn't work, then we're going to probably try to do other couple of ideas. We have either stuffing some steel wool in here or possibly wiring that up a little bit tighter to keep it from rattling. So that's the first rattle we found on this shield alone. I think it's only 2 bolts to get that shield off. So what we might try to do is get it off and just retain it for Doc in case he wants to put it back on. But it is a little bit annoying right now. So well, the bolts are turning. I told Lynn, I said, you know, it's not a Triumph. I said the bolts might actually come off, so we'll give it a shot.
There's a nut in the back, but
all right.
Actually, it comes off.
It's an Alfa, not
I'm
a
gonna
Triumph.
buy an Alfa.
That's right. Everything comes off. All right. Here's that. I'm going to call it a grass shield as opposed to a heat shield. So that's been removed, and we have the hardware. If Doc wants to reinstall this, we'll include it obviously with the car. But I think this is the source of our rattle. So we're going to start the car up and see if we've got any rattles left. We'll maybe take it for a test drive. I don't think Lynn's been for a drive in this car, so maybe we'll go for a short drive and you can experience the Alfa before it goes off to Doc, since he's done quite a bit of work on this with me as well. So here's what it looks like underneath the heat shield, the grass shield. So I think that might take care of all the rattles that we're experiencing. All right. Let's go for a drive. All right, the Alfa is all waxed up and ready to go on its trip tomorrow afternoon for delivery on Thursday morning. Got to go up and pick the trailer up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Unfortunately, it's in Coldwater, Ontario, which is about an hour north of me here, so it's going to be a 2-hour return trip. Anyway, we started getting together some spare parts. The heat shield we removed, I've put in the trunk just in case Doc needs that. Got a spare boot cover and the new boot cover, fire extinguisher box, and the Nardi shift knob. If Doc prefers to put that on the car, he can. I've got all the original literature that came from the car, including the original manual, original owner's manual, original service manual, etc., plus all the bills and all the work we've done on the car since I've owned it. So we've got a pretty good history going on with the car. Check the oil, everything's ready to go there. So everything should be good fluid-wise, and yeah, looking forward to making delivery to Doc on Thursday morning. All right, it's Wednesday, the day before delivery day, and we've got the car loaded up on the U-Haul trailer, and we're off on our way to Ottawa shortly. The car is looking good. Hopefully it'll stay clean on the drive. We had some pretty good rains this morning, so hopefully it stays sunny now for the rest of the trip. So it's looking good. All right, our trip to Ottawa is about 4.5 hours, 5 hours probably pulling the trailer. We're all gassed up, ready to go. So the Alfa is on its way. All right, just coming up to 3:30 and making good time. Traffic's good. Unfortunately, the weather is not so good. The Alfa is going to be getting a free shower on the way to Ottawa, so probably have to give her a quick cleanup tomorrow before we do the drop-off, depending on how hard it rains. So far it hasn't rained very hard, just sort of misting, but it does make a mess of things. And if you can see those clouds ahead, it doesn't look too promising. Well, I guess we'll get to test out that new wax job on the Alfa. I can see it beating away back there. And rest stop soon. We'll check the straps, make sure everything's okay, and wait for the rain to stop. So this is her sexy wet Italian look. Wax is doing his job. Yeah, let's get back on the road. Ciao. Alright, we're on the 416 highway just outside of Ottawa, and it's raining pretty much non-stop for the last hour or so. So it'll be interesting to see how the Alfa does as far as being watertight after driving through all this mess. So we'll see how dry it is once we get to Ottawa and once the rain stops. Raining even harder. All right, Thursday morning delivery day for the Alfa. We've just wiped it down again for the last time, and it's looking good. So we're just on our way to docks for 10 a.m. So it's looking good. So wiped off all the residue from the rain and the dew this morning. All right, one last video, and we're on our way. All right, good morning, 5:45 a.m. It's July the 1st, Friday, Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to all my Canadian viewers. Long weekend up here. Anyway, on our way back from Ottawa, we had a really great day yesterday, dropping the Alfa off to dock. And I went for a little ride along the Rideau Canal for about 10 or 15 minutes or so. Then, basically passed the car off to dock and went through the car with them and exchanged some parts and some documentation, and then we just chatted for a couple hours. So it was really nice to get to know Doc a little bit better and to finally meet him in the flesh and obviously transfer the car off. So the Alfa is now out of my garage in David's driveway, covered, and hopefully he'll go through the process fairly easily of getting the car certified and on the road in Quebec, actually. So he's gonna get it certified in Quebec. So I'm not sure what the process is versus Ontario, but hopefully it'll be a fairly easy process like it was in Ontario for me to get the car safetied and certified. So anyway, next chapter, back home, and we will start working in earnest to get the TR250 safetied and certified and on the road. Next chapter.